Hi there guys, this is Farmer Bob. Welcome back to my channel guys. Great to be back with another how-to video or an explanation video or a let's me help you video, whatever you want to call it. It's always good to make these little videos guys, and I really enjoy that. So good, if this is your first time on my channel, a warm welcome to you, and do remember to pause the video and just hit the subscribe. If you do like my content, please do like it as well and share about. I do appreciate that very much. Great guys, so what are we doing today? There's been so much guys struggling with multi-fruit, so I thought I will make a new video on multi-fruit and try and simplify the process as much as I can. But one thing you guys must realize, that adding a fruit to your map is a very, very intense, difficult process. It's not for beginners, it's not for guys that don't know anything about map making, although when I do the video it's going to look very simple and easy, but if you make a tiny little mistake you can mess up your map completely. So do make a backup of your map first of all before you attempt anything like this, or whenever you make any changes to your map or try anything new or be adventurous or whatever, do make backups guys. I can't stress that point more or better than that, you know. Great, so multi-fruit. The very first thing to talk about is, do your map already have multi-fruit on it? Now, if you open your map folder and you find anything in your map folder called, let me go to any map here. I wonder if my test map for Moz will have, no, it doesn't have multi-fruit on. Just want to show you an example. Here we go, map Alpine. If you open a map and you see an effects folder, full plains, foliage, HUDs, modules, bales, square bales, anything like that, then you know your map already has multi-fruit. Now it's going to be difficult for you to do what I'm showing in this video if your map already has multi-fruit. Then you're going to have to rather go to my video called adding a single fruit like clover and follow that video's process, because this video is adding a 10 pack of multi-fruit to your map, and it only will work, what I'm showing here will only work on maps that does not have multi-fruit on it yet. However, you can follow my video on adding a single fruit and follow that process and add my 10 pack to your existing fruit. It's going to be an incredibly difficult process, but it is possible if you know what you're doing, you know. So I just want to stress that from this point, from the start. So there'll be no to and fro, oh, I put it on my map and it doesn't work, and then after like an hour struggle helping or trying to help, we find out, oh, but the map already had fruit on it, you know, extra fruit. So anything like that, this video will not work for that if the map has got multi-fruit on it already, you know. So it can work if you follow my other videos process, but like I say, you need to really know what you're doing, otherwise you're going to mess up and it will definitely be difficult. Right, great guys, so my multi-fruit pack, let's have a quick look at it just to get the overview of it, and then have a sort of an idea what we're dealing with here. No, that's not it. I'm looking for my map stuff folder and my multi-fruit is in here, and here's my 10 pack. Now what I've done in this pack now for you guys, it's so nice. I've added 10 fruits to it, and then also vehicles for it. The Module Express is a cotton harvester for lavender, so that Module Express do lavender. Then I've also added the Tiger 6S from Roper, as well as an onion and a carrot header for that, so you can harvest onion and carrot. That's all included in my pack. So you've got vehicles to do lavender, and by the way, my lavender in this pack you can now harvest with a normal harvester header, a normal draper header, you know, the normal fruit header, not the one for corn and that, not a corn header, but a normal draper. You can harvest cotton with that, not cotton, lavender with that in this pack of mine. So very, very nice and handy. And I must say the lavender came out nice. Not too happy with some of the textures, but it is working nicely and at least going like a Boeing, you know. So the pack is not 100%. There is still stuff that needs to be done on it, but I will do new releases in the future if I have the time for it. But it is working. You can plant your crops and you can harvest them and have multi-fruit in your map, you know. So yeah, if you want to, if there is problems and you find on your map there's an issue or whatever, you're welcome to edit, you know, fix problems and carry on. And because there is stuff that I haven't added in yet, like for instance, if I can quickly think of something like hops, for instance, there's some effects on the belt, you know, where it comes into the header of the harvester. There's some effects there that the hops will bend and it will get mashed and feed it into that little belt between the harvester and the header, you know. So that little visual effect there, I don't have that sorted, stuff like that, you know, but it's working all good. All right, so here we go, guys. Let's get stuck in. So the first thing you want to do is head over to the internet and download my multi-fruit pack. It is here under my website, and open any one of my videos. You can just grab one of my videos, open any one of them. Let me just go into here we go, the YouTube. No, man, this is now editing it. I wanted to see it on YouTube, man. Where is it? There you go. So when you go into any of my videos, here is a little thing, click more, and then here you will find my links for my website. My support links are here. Here. And where is my support link? Sorry, they're up here, Patreon and PayPal. I need to mention that, guys, because I do really appreciate you guys that are supporting me via Patreon and via PayPal. You are really awesome. Thank you so much. And then my website is here. You click on that and it will take you to my website. Downloads, I think it already takes you to downloads. FS19, FS22, all my stuff is in here. And then multi-fruit, you click on that and then go to link here at the bottom, and it will take you to Nexus, where you obviously need to have a profile. So just register your email and create an email and password for you there, and you will be able to download my stuff, all of it. All right, so then you click on manual download here, click the slow one, like there, slow download, and it's not really slow. I think it goes up to 20 meg, so very, very nice and handy. Download the pack, and then you will have it where I am currently. Okay, so currently I am here in, let me just see, in my downloads, I think. Yes, there. No, that is not. That's the old pack. I was here. Sorry. So then you unzip it so you can look at it like this. All right. Now in the pack you will find a file called. No man, I'm in a map here. Sorry guys, I'm talking trash. So let me just go back. I'm sure I was in my multi-fruit pack just now. Desktop. Stuff, here we go, multi-fruit stuff. I've got so many folders on this PC, it is just crazy, guys. Alright, so there's the download. So you've unzipped it, it looks like this. Then there's a file called items to add. Now we're going to work out of this file all the time until we're done. Alright, so I've neatly put the whole process for you in steps. So one step at a time, you start from the top and just follow my video step. Do one step, follow the video, watch a little bit, pause, very important, pause, and then do what I've just done. If you made a mistake, just rewind the video and watch again, pause, and then do. Don't watch the whole video and try and attempt this thing out of memory, because you're going to make mistakes. 100% sure. Okay, so do a little bit, pause, and then wait. If you want to watch the whole video once to just get a general idea, wonderful, that's also good. But do start the process when you do it piece by piece by piece. All right. Okay, now the first one says copy all files from the zip into your maps root folder, i.e. where your mod disk is hosted. except this file, of course. So the items to add file, you don't need to copy to your map. All right. And the soil map GRE goes into your data folder alongside the other GRE files. All right. So the first thing we want to do is get a map for us to work with. So I'm going to keep this open. Open another tab here for me. Just want to have a quick browse. I don't have my test map here, so what I'm going to do is run into my drives here and just grab one of my test maps. FS22 test map. Why don't I see it here? Oh, this is mods. Hey, my word. Here we go. Test map. You guys probably start map, test map. Alright, I'm going to grab this. I wonder my start map. Does it have multi-fruit? No, I don't think so. We can use this one too. It honestly doesn't matter, but let's go for the test map because that's a full map. Control C. I'm going to copy that. Just drop it in my mods folder quick because I work directly out of my mods folder, unzipped. Obviously, you have to unzip everything when you work on it. You can't work on a zip file. Great. So here we go. So the root folder, guys. Let me just call this thing something else than test map. MFpack map, just to have it distincted folder name there. All right. So this is the root folder, guys. So when you open your map folder, you'll find your mod disk in there. Now this is the root folder where you want to paste all those files. So what we're going to do is go back to the pack that's unzipped. So we take everything, Control A for alpha, and then we just hold the control in once again and click on info layer and the items to add. This will now have everything else highlighted, and we're going to go Control C for copy, so it's Control Charlie, and then come here to the root folder where the mod disk is, Control V. Now the reason I've done that, guys, is because everyone's maps have different map folder structures. So the best for me to have this pack with the least problems is have everything in the maps root folder. Then basically all things are the same, you know, like a universal folder structure, you know. So we don't have to worry about maps, map Alpine, maps US, maps FR, or maps whatever name of a map, you know, that type of stuff. So this is the best way to do it. Alright, so there you are. Neatly and nicely, all your stuff is here. Now, the next thing to do, go back to our text file, items to add. Add these to your i3D, alright, to your map i3D. So what we're going to do is go back to our map. Here we go. So we're going to find our map i3D. Now, normally, if your map i3D is here in the root, you can just right click it there, but I'm going to go maps, map Alpine. You see there's a different file structure on this map already, and there's a map i3D there. So find your map i3D, right click on it, and just click edit with Notepad++. Now I need to just say sorry for this way this menu look. My Windows has been updated to a beta version of one of the new test versions of Windows 11, and it's got some problems, as you can see. So just find the one that says edit with Notepad++. If you don't have Notepad++, just download it. It's a free program off the internet. It's called Notepad++, and then just download it, install it, and use that. You know, it's a very good editor. Right, so first things first, back to our text file. It says add these to your i3D. Now, check directories for your fruit here. Very important. Now, this is the only place in my whole pack where you actually have to fiddle around with, well, I won't say the only place, the map XML is another one, but we're going to get to that later on. But this one here is very important. If you make anywhere you make a directory mistake, the thing is not going to work, you know. All right, so I'm going to show you first of all. So we're going to click on the first line. Yeah, that's the first line. So click here on the number next to it on the thing, and then go to the bottom, the last line, find the number next to it, hold your shift, click there. All right, and then it will highlight all the stuff that's there without extra stuff. So just hit Control and C for copy. Go back to your map i3D that you've edited. Now, very important, guys, don't paste here or anywhere else. Go where the file is. If you click on files and you click next to files, hit the enter once or twice or a few times, and then hit home, and it will put you there in the whole beginning. So you need to paste under files, not above files. All right, so then we're going to go Control and V for Victor. All right, so there it is. I've already added all the stuff here for your file IDs. I've added the zeros, everything for you done. Now this is where it becomes important. Your map name, the file name. At the moment, it's working out of the root. So if your map i3D is not in the root, this is now where we have to be careful with the directory. So what I'm going to show you now, this is my map name here on top, MFpack. If your map i3D is located here, then it is fine. You don't have to edit anything. But if you are like this one, if it's in a different directory like maps, map alpine, or whatever the name structure there is, we need to add this to the map i3D or to change it, the directory structure. So what we need to do is now count. There is 2 folders that we need to jump to get to the map i3D. So we've count from there. It's 2 folders. All right, so if yours has got 3 folders, so if you count from your map thing 1, 2, 3 folders, if there's another name here, then you know it's 3 folders that you need to jump to get to the map i3D. All right, so I hope I'm explaining this correctly. But so what we need to do now is, because this map i3D works out of that directory that is now 2 folders in, we need to add 2 folders to jump back to get to the foliage folder. So in order to do that, you're going to put 2 sections of this. It's dot and /, dot /. So that's 2 folders jump back. All right, so from this directory, if we go 2 folders back, all right, so there we are. So there's 2 folders back. We will be here, and then we will be at the first one, which is foliage folder. All right, so the foliage folder will be there. There it is. You see, so 2 folders back. So then it is 1 folder in, 2 folders in, and we are here. Do you see? So that is how it actually works. So just check your map structure. That is the main important thing. I'm just going to copy this now, because we need to put this before every one of these 10 fruits. And it's only here in the map i3D where you need to do that. No other one needs to be sorted or fixed like this. You know, it's a bit of a strange thing, but it is what it is. It is how Giants has written our i3Ds. For some reason, the map i3D cannot understand normal file structure. It has to have this little dot stuff in front. If you put your normal things in there, it just doesn't work. All right, so you have to have this there for it to operate. Good. So now we move on to the next section. Add these to your foliage multi-layer section below the existing fruit. I can't stress this more. I'll show you now. So first things first, we're going to click here on the first line again. Go to the last line, click there. Control C to copy back into our map i3D. I hope I'm not going too fast, guys. Oh, wait a second. Just want to check. Yes, it's in there. All right, so in our map i3D, we're going to go click Control F for Foxtrot, and then just type in there multi-layer, like that. Multi-layer. All right, so it will take you to the foliage multi-layer section. Now, this is where all your fruit is located, all your foliages. So the last one, go to the last one, guys. Do not paste it on top. Always paste below. That is the rule that you can follow here. So you go Control and V for Victor. All right. Don't worry about spacing them. The editor is going to space them for you. All right. And don't worry about changing anything else. Just paste them in there and leave it alone. That's perfectly fine. So when you click on the foliage multi-layer, it must go purple on top and at the bottom. Alright, that will show that that's the correct section and everything's fine. If you have any typos or extra stuff in here, it's not going to work. That's why I say just be careful when selecting. Click the first, click the last with shift, hold it in, and it will select that and then copy it and paste it in there. Alright, at the bottom of your fruit stuff. Great. So now the next one, guys. Now that we've done this, we can now save our map i3D. Alright, so very important to save, guys. Don't forget to save, because otherwise you're definitely going to have a problem. It's not going to work. And then you're going to wonder, but why is my thing not working? You know, it's because you haven't saved the i3D. But don't close it. Leave it open, guys. Do not close it, because if there's any problems, you can come and undo with Control and Z and retry and save again, and come back and undo, retry and save again until all is sorted out. Alright, so that's our first two things that we need to do. Now, next up, back to our XML, our add. Alright, now we're going to go to the map XML. Please verify you do not have any duplicate lines. Great, guys. I do stress this when you open your map XML. So find your map XML. Sometimes it's the name of your map. .xml, sometimes it's something else, but when you open your map XML, it should have on top the map width and height, and the image file name for your map, and all that type of stuff, and the icon and all kinds of things in there, you know. Well, not the icon really, but the rest of the stuff should be in there. Coloring density maps and all that type of stuff. Good. Alright, so the next stuff, we need to go back to add these. So all you do is copy these lines like so. Once again, click on the first, click on the last, Control C, back into your map XML. Find a spot. You'll see if I'm going to show you now. Let me just get in here. Go, make a few lines open, press home, Control V for Victor, and there it is. Now you need to verify each of these. Check for a map's full types. You see this one is already got. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the extra one, or the original one. This other stuff here I can delete, the green ones, the tree types and whatever. You don't need that. Alright, so that's our full types, our fruit types. So I want to just scroll through. So what I've done is I've double clicked fruit types, or you can type in here fruit types, just to be safe, guys, and make sure that you find each one of these lines that there's no duplicates. Density met height types, you know, I'm just going to quickly scroll through. I know there isn't, but just in case, I think the bales, we might have a bales. Yes, there's a bales. And then also growth, I know there will be an extra growth. So I'm just deleting all the extra ones, just to make sure that we don't have two of them, you know, because if you have two, your map's not going to work. It's probably going to start up in the game and then load up to 50 or 60 or 80% and then just hang there, you know, because there's a problem normally. Okay, so now that we've done all of those, back to our items, find these lines in the map, modify them to look the same as below. So the first one is the effects folder. So find the one that says additional file name data, $data effects.xml. All right, so we're going to find effects. I think it's going to be easy to find the effects. That's motion path. There it is. All right, so additional file. It's under additional files, this one. It says $data effects and then effects.xml. All right, so very important, guys. Just have that effects and then change it to look like this one. So change that to this. So it must just say effects.xml. So we remove the $data /. Okay, so important. All right, and then the next one, items to add, is a motion path effects. So that's that one that we saw at first. So we're going to change that once again. Just remove the sorry, effects motion path effects. All right, now I want to items to add. Okay, motion path effects. Want to also just bring your attention to this, that this the next 4 here by motion path effects is also included in the pack. If you go into my pack, just go back here to map effects, they are all in here. So if you look at this, it says effects, mower effects. All right, so if you go into my pack, you'll see effects, mower effects. There's mower and then mower effects. So I've also included those XMLs. You can try them out. If you have any problems, just bring them back to dollar data, maps Alpine or map US, whatever your original was, you know. But for the sake of this video, we're going to go there like that, and then go effects. Just remove these as well to make use of the effects that I've put in there for your fruit. All right, guys, and then one last thing here for the map XML, or won't say last thing, but close to the last thing, is under additional files section, add this line. So all you do is take this line, copy, go to your map XML. I've already put mine in there, but this is the additional files section. When I say that's got a start and end, and then you just put that in here. So in other words, just paste it in there. Don't overwrite or change any of the other ones. There is already a full plane material holder, but that's all right. This one points to the in game, and this one then points to the i3D in your map folder for the full plane material holder. Great. So then save your map i3D, carry on to the next section. Now what we want to do, just save the map XML there. I just want to go back here. If you want precision farming, guys, now this is where you have to think for yourself. Do I want to have precision farming on my map? If you want to play with precision farming, you need to add all of this stuff here to the map XML. Alright, so I'm going to add it anyway. So you click on the first line. Very important, guys, just find this first line. Make sure the soil map. We're going to get to that now. Alright, let's just copy it in first. So click on the first line. Scroll down right to the bottom where it says precision farming, where it ends. So click on the number next to that here on the side. Control C, copy. Go into your map XML, and here you have to be very careful again. Find your last entry into that. Click on there, on next to it. Hit enter a few times to create some space. Bring it up, press home. So you always add above the last line. This is the end of the map XML. So you can't add below that. If you paste in here, you won't know how many guys I've tried to help, and then they've pasted this stuff below the end of the actual XML. So don't paste below that, paste above that. That's where the body of the XML is, you know. So there we go. We're going to go Control Victor and just add that in there. Come back here. Add these to your mod disk. Okay, so we're going to get, so we finished with the map XML now. The last thing here before we go is make sure that this info layer soil map that is in the pack, let's go there to the pack, info layer soil map, you can copy that, Control C, and now find your maps data folder. Alright, so this pack or this map is maps, map Alpine data. The data folder has got all your density files, all your weight files, all of the GRLE's info layer files are in here. So we're going to paste it in here. And the soil map is also an info layer file. It's a GRLE file. So make sure now of this directory structure. It must be in that map XML. Otherwise your precision farming is not going to work. So we click here on top, and from my map name, everything behind it, we copy that. Control C, back to the XML, to the map XML, and then in here where we have the data, we're just going to overwrite the data because we already copied that. So Control V, and then what we're going to do is change all these backslashes to forward slashes, like so. So it reads now maps, map Alpine, data, info layer soil map. So that's the correct directory. So check your directory there that it goes to this file in your data folder, or wherever your info layers and stuff is, or wherever you've put this file. It's got no particular have to be positioned. You can put it anywhere in your map as long as this directory points to it. It will work. Okay, just stress that as best as I can. Now, guys, now, the next thing to do is to check our because our fruits and stuff is now. Let's rather go back to the XML. Let's do it step by step. Okay, so the next step is the mod desk. So we're going to open our maps mod desk. Back to our map directory. Find your maps mod desk file. There it is. Open that up. Now, once again, you see the mod desk start and end. Do not paste below that. You have to paste in the body of the mod desk. So find your last entry. That's it. I've clicked on it. That's my last entry. Every entry has a start and an end. The purple indicates the start and end for the section. So click on the last one. Click next to it. Hit enter a few times. Create some space for you. Press the home button. All right. So there you are. Now you're ready to copy and paste. So what we're going to do is add these to your mod desk file. Make sure you add it above the end marker in the body of the XML. If you already have a store items section, only copy and paste the content. Do not have two store items, because otherwise your stuff is not going to work. The same with the L10N translation line. If you already got an L10N, you're going to have to add the content of this into your existing L10N. Okay, so let's copy this now like that, or click on the first, click on the last, Control C, right, and then into our mod desk, Control and V for Victor. All right, so that's as simple. So what I'm saying is, if you already have a store item section, then you just copy this stuff, the internal stuff of the store items from my pack. You copy into your store items. If you already have this line in there, don't copy it again. Just have the one in there, that's fine. All right, so now basically we finished with the mod desk. And if you already have a translation, let's just go stress that a little bit. So in translations, so what this file is doing, this line here is calling the translations directory, and the L10N translations are in that directory. So that will open this file, which is in the translations directory. Normally you'll have a few in here with different languages like French and German and Italian or whatever language, but in my case I just put the English in there for you. You can translate it to whatever language you want and create a new XML for it. Very important. Okay, so if you already have one there, you're going to have to take these lines. Okay, you will copy these lines, guys, like that. Control C and put that below your text. So you'll add it in here, for instance. All right, so I hope you understand what I mean when I say copy the content of the L10 and the content of the store items. Okay, so we're going to save. No, we've already got everything. All right, so that is the end there. Now, lastly, add the fruits to the cell point.xml. Now, this is a step we can do after everything has worked. So we're at the end of that XML. I've saved all my XML, so that is good. Now we're going to open the map. This is now where it gets interesting. I just want to see translations, MFpack. You find your map i3D once again. There's no need, if you already have a, if the map is standard and it doesn't have multi-fruit on it, like I said in the beginning, you do not need to add fruit. You don't need to recreate the GDM file, because because we've added at the bottom, the map i3D or the editor will see the fruit, and when you save the map, it will recreate it for you. So let's just test my theory if I'm correct. I'm just going to have a sip of coffee, if you don't mind, while we wait for the editor. Now this is where everything comes together. Now we're testing, guys. If you find any error, I mean just one error here in your console, once you've opened that, do not save the map, because then you're going to have a problem. Okay, so from the top, open your console. It's here under console. Make it nice and big once it's opened, and then go through each line and see if there's an error. if you see any error, here it comes to loading the extra fruit. You'll see there, it's added our 10 extra fruits. And there's no errors before or after that, which is good. Only these stuff and warnings and whatever from Giants, which is pretty standard for any map. All right, so we see no errors. So can you see you don't need to recreate the density file if you add below the existing fruit in the i3D. So now we're going to close here. We're going to save, and it's going to recreate. Every time you open the editor and you do stuff or you click save, it will recreate your density files. That's what it does. All right, so there you go. So now that we have it saved, we can now click back here. If you click here, it's going to say the i3D has changed. You want to reload it, you go say yes. Check now what happens here at the fruit, guys. Remember I said it's going to rearrange it for you and fix it up, and it's going to change all your IDs and everything. Check now. Whoop. All right, so we're going to go Control F, multi-lay. Okay, in there, here we go. And there you go. You see, it's added the 10 fruit for you, changed all the IDs, changed the thing, made it look nice again. So everything is very, very nice and handy, you know, all in place. Great. So we have no issues, no problems. Now the next thing to do is test it in game. Did I close the map? Yes, I did. Everything is saved. Very important, guys, to make sure that everything is saved, because if it's not saved, you're going to have a problem for sure. And I can't tell you how many times I've opened the map, and my word, the next thing I know, I've got a problem, and I've come out and I see, oop, it's little red thing here at the save thing. It hasn't been saved, and so I've wasted all my time trying to or thinking there's a problem, and then there actually isn't, you know. Okay, I must just now test map. Yeah, I've got now 2 test maps. So I'm going to go to the last one. Hopefully it is the last one. Deselect all. I just want to open my development controls. I should have actually just named the mod desk, because now I've got 2 test maps in my thing. The one I'm busy working on a new train. I'll keep that a secret for now. I'm working on something for my Mars map, you know. So yeah, just leave it alone. Good. I just want to quickly have a look through the log. Map Alpine with bales. Okay, that's just the cheese errors. It's because of the collectibles. I wonder if this is the correct map. We'll see now. Correct thing. I suppose it's very easy to check. Fruit crops. No, this was the wrong map. Okay. Let me quit the game. I must take the first test map then. Sorry guys for that. Wasted a bit of video time there. So it's not that one. It's this one. And it's the one, cheese collectible error. Okay, that's just my warnings for my folders that's unzipped. Okay, start. Back into our fruits, and there it is. There's our multi-fruits. Very nice. You can also see immediately in the map that our NPCs has been starting to work with our multi-fruit. I think that orange is carrot and that is lavender. So yeah, they've already been planting some of our multi-fruit, and that little pink thing is rye, I think. It's not, could be triticale, yeah. So our multi-fruit is definitely working, and you can now harvest and plant multi-fruit to your heart's content. There's 10 extra ones for you in my new pack. So if you want to have more than 10 fruit, obviously then you're going to have to change your the terrain detail height as well as the foliage layers. In the multi-layer, you're going to have to update the channels in both these density files. So I've got a video for that. If you want to add more fruit, you're going to have to come and edit these two channels. So check my video on that, how to add more than 64 fruit to your map. Okay, so that's a video I've made. It's a very simple process like this. Show you how to do it, and yeah, all good. Great, man, guys. So I think at the end of the day, that is the whole lot. Everything is working fine. The last thing you want to do, I'll quickly just mention it, is if you go into your map cell points, Hayloft, cell point, cereal factory, for instance, you want to go to its fill types. I just want to see where is this thing's fill types. Here we go. Okay, this is now production points. Not a very good example, but you want to add to your fill types all the different fruits you want to sell there. Let me just rather go to a real sell point, guys. That's a gas station, the Hayloft. Even the Hayloft will work. That was also got a fill type. But I mean, the Hayloft, I think, pulls its fill types from the fruit and fill type XML. So that's not going to be a good example. Oh, wait. Okay, let's go to a real thing, guys. So placeables, let's go to sell points. That will be map US, selling station generic, farmers market. Here we go. So if you have a selling station in your map, and by the way, guys, if you don't have any custom sell points or XMLs in your map, you cannot edit these ones which are in game. You just bring this into your map folder. I've got videos for that too. But then what you do is you modify this fill types here. You add your rye and your wheat, hops and triticale and poppy and all that stuff you add in here. Give it a new fill type here at the bottom. Just duplicate, add your price scale and everything in there, and save your sell points. And then once you've done all of that, you will have that in there. Now, a big tip, guys, for the bales, the alfalfa, for instance, if you or the lavender bales, selling station bales. So if you have a bales XML in your map, you add there the windrows. You don't add the actual fruit except for the alfalfa. You just put alfalfa in here, not alfalfa, lavender. You just add lavender, and then you put alfalfa windrow, and dry alfalfa windrow, I think, is the hay for alfalfa. So alfalfa hay is called dry alfalfa windrow, and alfalfa bales is just alfalfa windrow. Great, so that's the two. But you can get the naming from your fulltypes.xml. Just not saved. Just don't edit your in-game stuff. Great, man, guys. So that is how to add multi-fruit to your map in a nutshell. Do have fun with it, guys. And if you have problems, there is a Discord channel where you can ask a few questions. All the links are in my video descriptions, as I showed earlier on. Do have fun, guys. Do remember to share my stuff, and please do subscribe if you don't mind. And more important, if you see it in your heart, do support me via Patreon or PayPal. I do appreciate, guys. Have a wonderful, awesome day. Take care, man. Cheers.